Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island. We are back from our spring break, and we are back with some baseball. Great game coming up today for you. We've got the Telecom Yellow Jackets versus your Abraham Lincoln Railsplitters. I'm Peter Andrus, reporting live with you as always. Thanks for tuning in. First pitch coming on the way. On the mound for the Railsplitters today is number 3. That is Ahmed Brown. So he'll be pitching. And he is going to be pitching to Nicholas Calderon for the Yellow Jackets. First pitch outside for a ball. Outside again, ball 2. Calderon playing left field today for the Yellow Jackets. And not sure if the ump called that one a ball or a strike. But that's going to be a strike. Swing and a miss. I'm going to go ahead and assume the last one was a ball. So it could be 3-1. It could be 2-2. Finding out right now. Yep, that was ball 3, which means we are at full count, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. That's one away. And that'll bring up number 0. That is Jalen Bryant. Bryant, a senior on the squad. He will be pitching when the Yellow Jackets take to the field. And that's a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 up, 2 down so far for Ahmed Brown. And that gets popped foul in the direction of West Avenue and almost hits a person flying by on a scooter on the sidewalk. And he strikes him out on 4 pitches. And that will bring up Damian Amancio, who fouls that one back 0-1. Amancio, lefty, first lefty of the day. It's only the 3rd batter, so. And grounded foul down the first base line. 0-2. Amancio will be the center fielder when Lincoln steps to the plate. And that is hit high in the direction of center. Shortstop gets under it, makes the catch. That was Marquise Pearson getting it done for the Railsplitters. And we'll move to the bottom of the first. We'll be back right after a quick commercial break. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School. We are heading into the bottom of the first. It was a quick top, 3 up, 3 down for the Yellow Jackets. Calderon, Bryant both struck out, and Amancio popped out in the direction of short, with Marquise Pearson making the catch. And Marquise Pearson will now be up first. He will face off against the arm of Jalen Bryant. Bryant, a righty. And Pearson coming in lefty. Outside, ball 1. That one fouled back straight towards my head. Thank God for the netting. The 1-1 delivery. Low. Pearson does well to lay off that one. He saw it was centered. He was looking to see if he could keep the bat on it, but it dropped out, and he held back. And that's going to be outside. 3-1. And that's outside. Pearson will be the first base runner of the day. on a 5-pitch walk. And quick little discussion between the umpire and the coach. Few too many players encroaching around the backstop, trying to keep the Lincoln squad in their own bench area. They are all on their feet cheering on their teammate, who is Tristan Legree, who just took strike one. Marquise Pearson still safe at first after Jalen Bryant tries to check him back. And no pitch there. Tristan Legree called for time. Called for it with enough time that I don't think the ump saw him ask for it at first. And Legree tries to bunt it. It pops up high. And diving for it is Bryant, but he won't make it. 0-2. Bryant sets. The 0-2. And Pearson dances him back off the bag. Pearson on the right of your screen just kind of bouncing back and forth over there. Threw him off his rhythm. And Legree takes that one in the back. Hit by pitch, and Railsplitters have 2 on. And that'll bring up Amir Cherry, number 42, playing third base today. Pearson goes, ball gets underneath, and both runners will advance. That's good base running for the Railsplitters. That gives them 2 in scoring position. Easy RBI opportunity for Amir Cherry. Fouls that one back. That one's low. Jerry does well to lay off. And he will walk to first. And so Lincoln has loaded the bases with no hits. And that'll bring up Lincoln's cleanup for the day. This is Edwin Bueno stepping to the plate. And number 14, the catcher. Bueno going through his routine, steps to the plate. And that one's in the dirt. Didn't move very far, so Pearson held off at third. But if he had run, he would have made it. But no way to know that at the time. Catcher Manny Zarzuela lost track of it. Swing and a miss. Strike one. And that one's high and outside. Ball two. Bueno and an aggressive swinger. Assistant coach on the Lincoln side trying to remind Bueno, keep it simple. That's it. A base hit will score runs, and that's going to score one. And due to the slight bumbling, he bobbled it a little bit. One run will score, and Bueno is safe on first. It was Joseph Swan who struggled with the chop. Whoa! And that looked like it hurt Julian Polian. Hit by pitch on the arm. Looked like it was by the elbow. And a meeting on the mound now for Telecom as they try to settle down their pitcher, Jalen Bryant. It's way too early in the game. You don't want to pull him at this point, but you do want to settle him down. As Railsplitters are seemingly on a tear right now. Kimani Scott, freshman, step into the plate. The first baseman. And that's low, ball one. Kimani Scott, also a member of the media class, so shout out to him for that. And a nice pitch there from Bryant, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count even at 2-2. And another chopper in the direction of third, and again, too much for the third baseman to handle. Joseph Swan again unable to make the play. And Lincoln is up 3-0. And that brings up Craig Clark, number 24. And he'll get hit by a pitch and move to first. So that's 3 hit by pitches in this inning. 2 walks and 2 singles that have Lincoln with no outs. Bases loaded and 4 runs in. And that one inside on the jersey of Ahmed Brown, the pitcher. Lincoln's runners taking a big lead, especially Kamani Scott out in second, and that is hit hard into right field. It's going to bounce off the ground, off the fence, but it's going to hold to a single. So Lincoln still with bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to David Marrero. That one's low in the dirt, 1-1. Kamani Scott is on third. I get the feeling he is not a speed runner. So Lincoln will not be looking to make any aggressive base running plays at the plate. Gets the outside corner. I'll be honest, from this angle, I didn't think he got it, but I am not the umpire. And that time he doesn't give it to him. 2-2 the count. And that one fouls back. David Marrero keeping himself alive. Marrero playing left field today. And Marrero will stare down strike 1. Strike 3, rather. Out number 1. And we're back to the top of the lineup. Marquise Pearson. Believe that was ball 1. Correct myself when I get a chance, as the ump calls him. I think it's 2-0, could be 1-1. I'm sorry to the viewers at home. Pearson pops that one up. It's a foul ball, and once again, off the glove of Joseph Swan. And Swan tripped over catcher Manny Zarzuela on the way. Get the feeling Zarzuela wanted that. Joseph Swan tried to make the single-handed catch. Two hands would have served him better. Pearson now, the 2-1, outside. That one is in the ground, which means I was wrong about that first pitch. It should have been a strike, which means the count is full, 3-2. Bryant has not had a lot of full counts in this at-bat. Pearson wants it, reaches, slices it foul into the stands on the left field line. We'll have another 3-2 pitch. And it's outside. Marquise Pearson gets his second walk of the inning. And Lincoln's lead advances to 6. Legree up for the second time. Fouls that one back, 0-1. Legree hit by a pitch, his first at-bat earlier in this inning. That one's low, 1-1. Lincoln's base runners are hungry. They are looking for any stray pitch. And that one gets chopped foul. 1-2. And again, Legree hit by a pitch. Legree may have put a magnet on his back today. Seems to have been effective. So another conversation on the mound now as Telecom decides what to do about Jalen Bryant's struggles in this inning. And it does appear they're going to make a change. currently it's number 1, Shamar Barr, with the ball in his hand on the mound. Which means we've got all sorts of changes happening in the field, as they will also switch catchers. Looks like our new catcher is going to be number 8. That is Jack Ramirez. He's gearing up. So Ramirez is moving to the 2 position as catcher. Shamar Barr will move to pitcher. And we'll step away while they get the gear on and get some warm-up pitches, and we will be back with the rest of this first inning. Lincoln leads 7-0. We'll be back. And we're back here at Abraham Lincoln High School, still in the first inning, as number 42, Amir Cherry, will step up for the second time. And he'll take ball 1. Amir walked. And he at his first at bat, that was against pitcher Jalen Bryant. Bryant has been moved, and it is now Shamar Barr on the mound, who has had far too little time to warm up. I'm sure for his own liking, but as well as for Telecom's. And he smacks that one. It's going to bounce in the corner where the ground meets the fence. Play at the plate, not an issue. 2 runs will score. So Amir with what turns into a single. Not sure if that was just slow base running from Legree or just because the outfield got to it so fast. But 2 RBIs on the books for him. Lincoln has a 9-0 lead. Legree with a big lead. And then that is strike 1 to Edwin Bueno. Way outside, ball 1. Bueno was the first hit of the game, despite being the 4th batter with no outs earlier in the inning. He had an RBI single. Legree safe at third. I believe the ball got dropped by Joseph Swan. The play was in time. But I don't think that Swan held on to the ball. And so Legree is safe at third. Cherry moves himself to second, where he has quite the lead. And that gets popped up by Bueno. And it is a fair ball. It's a single to right. No, it is caught. Sorry, that was caught, but Legree tagged up from third. So we are 2 outs, and Lincoln is up by 10. And that is a strike to Julian Polion. And the count even now at 2-2. Outside, full count. And he'll walk. So Lincoln up 10-0, 2 on in the bottom of the first. And Kimani Scott, who singled in his first at bat. That one's going to go way over everybody's head. Catcher Jack Ramirez. I think it's Jack Ramirez. It could also be Gabriel Ramirez. There are both, and all I have is the one name, the last name on my roster. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And that gets the outside corner, 1-2. Kamani Scott battles that one back. Count remains 1-2. Runners go, ball is inside, and once again on the steal, Swan can't hold on to it. They will score the run. So we'll move to the top of the second. We'll be right back after a quick break. And we're back here at Abraham Lincoln High School for the top of the second. 10-0. That last run did not count. For those of you who are watching, strike one to number 11. That is Manny Zarzuela. And he launches that one fair down the third base line. And they get him at second. Julian Polione makes the tag, holds on to it. Zarzuela clearly not happy. He thinks he missed the tag. But the ump gives him the call. And that brings up the now pitcher, Shamar Barr. believe that was ball 3 to Barr. But clearly I missed at least one of them because that was definitely a ball. And he's not walking. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Full count to Barr. It is Ahmed Brown pitching for the Railsplitters. And he will walk. And so, after a very long first inning, probably long enough to cool off the pitcher, Ahmed Brown. Telecom finally has a base runner as they bring up number 34. That is Jaden Abar. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And he strikes him out. Abar goes down looking. 2 down. And that's going to bring up number 27. That is Joseph Swan, third baseman, who had a few balls bobbled that led to some Lincoln success in that very long bottom of a first. And there's strike 2 to Swan. Strike 3. Swan doesn't believe it. He stares at the ump in disbelief. But the call is made. So is the out, and that's how the top of the second will end. We'll be right back with the bottom. Batter up, bottom of the second. It's number 9, Kamani Scott. Kamani Scott comes up because he was unable to finish his at-bat in the first inning as base running led to the third out. Scott will get ahead in the count, 2-0. Now 3-0. And Scott will let the 3-0 count go in for 3-1. But now he'll walk. And that brings up the pitcher. Nope, sorry, that brings up number 24, Craig Clark. Ooh, I think that might have hit somebody's car. And they strike him out. I had that first pitch wrong. I thought it was a ball, but it was a strike. And so Craig Clark becomes the first out of the inning. Kamani Scott still on first. And stepping up to the plate is Lincoln's pitcher du jour, Ahmed Brown. Shamar Barr still pitching for the Yellow Jackets. Came in the middle of the first. And he will look at ball one. Ball two down in the dirt. Brown with an RBI single in the first. Ball three outside. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Brown. Lincoln with runners on first and second now. And that will bring up David Marrero, freshman. Unfortunately, the only player on the Railsplitters to get an out in their first at-bat in the first inning. And he swings through strike one. And he chops that one. It's going to roll foul. may have heard the Lincoln baseline yelling hustle when it first chopped. It looked like it could go foul. They needed him to move himself down to first just in case it stayed fair. And he fouls that one back. And Lincoln with a pinch runner on second base. It's number 15, Kenneth Guerrero. Strike 3 to Marrero. And that brings up Marquise Pearson. Pearson has walked twice today. And that time he chops it foul down the first base line. Strike 2 to Pearson. That one's low. Ball 1. Pearson leans back to avoid getting hit. Evens the count at 2-2. And that one's up high. Full count, 3-2. Pearson hoping for something he can hit. Again, he's walked both at bats so far today. That one fouls back to keep him alive. And I'm glad viewers at home can't see me because that was coming straight at my face and I definitely jumped. And I'm glad you couldn't see it. And Pearson earns his third walk of the day. 2 outs, bases loaded, and that will bring up Tristan Legree. Legree has been hit by a pitch twice today. His left shoulder is going to be hurting tomorrow, I guarantee it. Ball 1. And Legree grateful that this time they're throwing away from him instead of inside. Gets the outside corner on that one, I believe. Should be 1-1. And Legree pops that one up foul. One and two the count now to Legree. And that's outside. That one's inside, full count. Runners go. Strike three looking. And that is how the inning will end. 3 stranded, no extra runs in. 10-0 the score as we go to the top of the third. We'll be right back here on Lincoln Media's YouTube channel. Welcome back to Coney Island. A pitching change for the Railsplitters. They're bringing on Kimani Scott. Scott was the first baseman. He will now be throwing. And he'll start by throwing to number 14. That is Adam Katamis. Not sure why the pitching change was done, as Ahmed Brown was throwing a beaut. He had a no-hitter through 2. But maybe with a 10-run lead, it's a chance for Coach Cruz to test out some of his pitching that doesn't usually get to see a lot of time. Kimani Scott, a freshman, relatively untested on the mound for Lincoln. But it's a 5-pitch walk to start the third. And that brings up number 8. 8 is Ramirez. Ramirez was the shortstop, moved to catcher when the pitching switch happened in the first for the Yellow Jackets. And Ramirez will take strike 1. Fouls that one on to West Avenue. 0-2. And he strikes him out, looking. And that should bring up top of the order for the Yellow Jackets. That is Nicholas Calderon. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Calderon will foul that one back, 2-1. Chops it back at the pitcher. They'll make the play at second and at first. Double play. Great way to end the inning. And we'll move to the middle of the third. We'll be right back. Great double play by the Railsplitters. That's one for the highlight reel. Stick around. Coming up for the Railsplitters as we head into the bottom of the third. Should be number 42, Amir Cherry. And it's a called strike on the inside corner. I think Amir was hoping it was going to hit him. He fouls that one far over West Avenue. I'm pretty sure that made it into the next parking lot. And he hits that one hard to center. It's good for one. It'll be a single. And Cherry gets on base. That is his second single of the game. He singled his second time up in the first inning for 2 RBIs. Walked his first time. So he's 2 for 2 now. And that'll bring up Edwin Bueno. Bueno, 1 for 2. With 2 RBIs, though. He singled in the first and then flew out in right field, but still brought in another run. And that ball is going to get away, and that will advance Cherry to second. Good heads-up base running by Amir Cherry. Ball 2. And he chops that in the direction of third. When they go to make the play, Cherry makes the run, so the runner advances 1 away. And that's strike 1 to Julian Polion. Outside, 1-1. That's up high, 2-1. That one got away from Barr a little bit. Good job by Ramirez to stay in front of it. Because a wild pitch now could mean a run as Amir Cherry checks in from third. Polion is reached twice today, hit by a pitch and a walk. And he wallops that one down the right field line. And it is just foul. So a full count now to Polion. And he hits that one up the middle. And that will get the second out of the inning, but it will also score Cherry from third. So Polion gets himself an RBI. And Lincoln gets its 11th run. So Lincoln 2 away. Kamani Scott now stepping to the plate. Scott, normally the first baseman, started there today, moved to pitcher for the top of the third. And he swings out foul, 0-1. Another foul, 0-2. Scott had a RBI single, his first at bat. He actually had 2 at bats because he was at bat at the end of the first when a base running decision caused the final out of the inning. So he also then led at the beginning of the second. And he walked at that at-bat. Strike three, sorry. There were already 2 fouled. And that is going to end the inning. We'll move to the top of the 4th. We'll be right back with you here from Abraham Lincoln High School. Stay with us. Welcome back. Jalen Bryant first up for the Yellow Jackets here in the top of the 4th, and he hits that one, bounces off the pitcher's mound into center field for a single. Mishandled by the center fielder, but he recovers. Nope, and he throws it all the way over to the third baseline, and so Bryant will make it to second on the fielding error. You know, Coach Cruz isn't going to be happy about that, but to see anything get into the field brings him to the mound to talk to Kamani Scott. Scott, the second pitcher of the game. Ahmed Brown pitched the first 2 innings. They'll tell Scott, don't worry about that. Just a single. The mistake in the outfield made, I believe, by Ahmed Brown, actually. I think that's his number 3 way out there, if my vision is good enough. And the pitch is going to get away from Bueno. And advance the runner to third. So Bryant, with some real good base running, has made his way around. As Bueno handles that catch with a look, telling Bryant to go ahead and stay where he is. 2-0 the count. And that one hit directly to first. They'll make the play. They'll allow Bryant to score. And that will bring up number 11. It should be Manny Zarzuela. Zarzuela hits that into the not to the outfield. Picked up by the second baseman. He makes the throw to first, but Amir Cherry just not able to hang on to it. It rolls out in front of him. And Zarzuela is going to be safe at first. And Shamar Barr fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. And that's a grounder to second. Legree picks it up. And they're now going to try to get a rundown. And he is safe at second. They had the opportunity to get Zarzuela in a rundown. They waited too long to make the throw back to second. Zarzuela slides back in. He is safe. And there's a little chopper. Scott will pick it up, easily throw it over to Cherry, and that's the third out of the inning. Scott gets out of trouble. 1 run scores for Telecom. They're finally on the board. It's 11-1. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School. Bottom of the fourth. New pitcher for Telecom. It is Joseph Swan. So we'll see what he can do. He had long white sleeves on. It looks like they just had him roll them up. Pitchers aren't supposed to be wearing the long white sleeves when you're throwing the white ball. It makes it harder to see. Craig Clark leading off for the Railsplitters. And he wallops that one to the outfield, and it will drop. He's running for second. Ball still not picked up, and he will stay at second. It's a stand-up double for Craig Clark. Center fielder made a diving attempt to get it, but didn't, which then led to it having a little extra time to keep rolling. And now there's another hit. But this one will be caught. That was Ahmed Brown, who ends up flying out to the shortstop, deep in left field. Well, shallow into left field, but deep for the shortstop. And that'll bring up a new batter for the Railsplitters, number 8. That is Sebastian Lopez, who appears to be pinch hitting for David Marrero. And Lopez will swing and miss. Not even in the vicinity. Outside, 1-2. And they give him the inside corner on that. Strike 3 to Lopez. And that'll bring up top of the order for the Railsplitters, Marquise Pearson. Marquise has been up 3 times, and they have walked him on all 3. And he takes ball 1 there. And a called balk will advance the runner. Way outside. Ramirez, good job getting up to stop that one. If it had gotten away, it very likely would have scored Craig Clark, who is leading in from third. And there is a So Pearson ends up with a base hit, single RBI single to give Lincoln one more run, but then gets caught in a rundown between first and second. Not sure how he ended up in the rundown, but he did. And so we move to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back here from Coney Island. Welcome back. Top of the fifth. Up at the plate is number 27, Joseph Swan. Swing and a miss. That is strike two. 1-2 the count. And he hits that one in the direction of first. It's foul, and it is caught for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 14. That is Adam Katamas. Ball one to him. Kamani Scott still pitching for the Railsplitters here in the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike two. Got him swinging at that inside corner. Sorry, strike one. And Scott tries to hit the inside corner again. This time, Katamas does not bite. 2-1. That one's low and away, 3-1. Count full as strike two comes in. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that brings up Ramirez. Ramirez struck out in the third, his first at bat. Ramirez, currently the catcher, started as shortstop, but in the middle of the first, they switched him to catch when they switched in Shamar Barr, and he hits it to short. The throw is low, but it is handled. Amir Cherry picks that one up out of the dirt, makes the play. That is the third out. The fifth will end. Mercy rule is in effect. Lincoln is going to win this one 12-1. They take a victory over Telecom. It's their third season victory in the PSAL division. They advanced to 3-3 on the season. Congratulations to the Railsplitters. Thanks, everybody, for watching this presentation of Lincoln Media. I'm Peter Andrus. We'll see you next time. Railsplitters have some home games coming up on the, believe it's the 10th and the 17th in May. And I think May 4th as well. There may also be a Grand Street game on a Saturday, but I don't think we're going to be covering that one for you. For everybody here at Abraham Lincoln High School, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.